41% body fat or more. At a body fat percentage of 41% or more, the body functions as an exceptionally large and efficient energy reserve, capable of sustaining long-term survival even in the complete absence of food. Adipose tissue stores a very high amount of potential energy, enough to cover basic metabolic needs for months, provided hydration and essential micronutrients are available. From an evolutionary perspective, this composition represents the upper limit of the human body's capacity to withstand prolonged periods of famine. Beyond its metabolic role, this level of adiposity offers specific advantages in certain environments. The high proportion of fat also significantly increases buoyancy, since adipose tissue is much less dense than muscle and water. As a result, an individual in this range can float with minimal physical effort, maintaining buoyancy almost passively, an obvious advantage in open water survival scenarios. The thick layer of subcutaneous fat also acts as a powerful thermal barrier, reducing heat loss in cold environments and helping maintain core temperature during passive exposure to low temperatures. Although this body fat percentage is not healthy from a medical standpoint, these examples illustrate the advantages it could provide in very specific survival-related situations. 33 to 40% body fat. In the 33% to 40% body fat range, the body possesses significant mass that provides clear mechanical and stability advantages. The increased circumference of the torso and limbs allows the body to use its own weight as a counterbalance, reducing the range of motion required for pushing movements and enhancing joint stability. This physique is common in the highest weight classes of powerlifting and strongman competitions. Additionally, the extra tissue acts as a natural physical buffer, protecting bones and vital organs during blunt force impacts or heavy falls. From a physiological perspective, this range offers a significant metabolic backup. Fat reserves provide critical energy that protects lean muscle mass during catabolic states caused by sepsis, extensive burns, or aggressive medical treatments. This phenomenon, known as the obesity paradox, suggests that in certain critical care scenarios, having this energy buffer can reduce mortality compared to leaner individuals who lack sufficient reserves to withstand prolonged metabolic stress. 25 to 32% body fat. In the 25% to 32% body fat range, the body occupies a specific functional niche, often referred to as the channel swimmer physique. This composition provides an optimal biomechanical balance for endurance in cold water environments. Subcutaneous fat offers thermal insulation and enough buoyancy to keep the legs elevated in the water, reducing drag and delaying hypothermia. At the same time, this level of body fat maintains cardiovascular efficiency and mobility, allowing sustained high-intensity movement, making it the ideal physiological configuration for swimming to safety in cold water survival scenarios. On land, body mass in this range allows for significant momentum generation in contact sports, providing impactful force without excessively reducing acceleration or speed, which is useful for rugby players or linebackers. Additionally, fat reserves enable the body to maintain high-energy immune responses, such as fever, without compromising lean muscle or other essential tissues. Socially and statistically, this range provides a deceptive advantage in the modern environment. For women in the USA, sitting at 30% body fat actually places them in an elite tier of leanness, leaner than roughly 90% of the female population. Meanwhile, the average American male sits at approximately 27% body fat. However, this percentage confers different visual and functional advantages depending on biological sex. A woman at 30% body fat is visually comparable to a man at 20% because women naturally carry 10 to 12% more essential fat for reproductive physiology. Hormones dictate this architecture. While testosterone drives men to accumulate visceral fat around the midsection and neck, creating a blockier, more top-heavy look, estrogen directs storage to the hips and thighs. 19 to 24% body fat. In the 19% to 24% body fat range, the body operates in an optimal state of balance, often considered the safe zone for long-term health and overall functionality. At this level, there is no perceived threat of starvation, allowing the body to invest energy in essential biological functions such as reproduction, hormonal regulation, cellular repair, and cognitive consistency. In men, this range typically correlates with the highest natural testosterone levels and reproductive health, without the hormonal suppression seen in calorie deficits or the excessive aromatization of testosterone to estrogen found at higher fat percentages. Beyond biological health, a hidden advantage here is the comparative edge. While you as a man might feel normal or average, you are statistically elite. In a modern context, maintaining this range places you in the top 12% of the male population, granting you the aesthetic benefits of fitness and implied social status without the metabolic cost of extreme dieting. Physically, this composition provides the most versatile balance between durability and mobility. It allows sustained physical work or loaded marches without overburdening the cardiovascular system, thanks to sufficient fat reserves for energy and the absence of excessive dead weight. In survival scenarios requiring long treks over rough terrain while carrying heavy loads, this body type combines efficiency and endurance, outperforming both ultra-lean individuals who run out of fuel and heavier individuals who are less efficient movers, making it an evolutionary ideal for sustained physical activity. 15 to 18% body fat. The 15% to 18% body fat range represents an optimal efficiency point, where reduced fat maximizes the functional strength-to-weight ratio. This allows athletes in disciplines like gymnastics, climbing, and parkour to move their own bodies with agility and explosive power while minimizing joint stress and reducing the risk of overuse injuries. At the same time, the body maintains sufficient hormonal support to avoid metabolic stress, optimizing recovery and performance. A key advantage of this range is enhanced thermoregulation and energy efficiency during intense exercise in warm environments. Minimal subcutaneous fat allows heat generated by muscle contraction to dissipate quickly, delaying heat-induced fatigue, while excellent insulin sensitivity ensures rapid and efficient glucose delivery to the muscles. In competition or survival scenarios requiring repeated explosive movements in hot conditions, this combination of efficient cooling and rapid energy availability provides a significant physiological advantage. 10 to 14% body fat. The 10% to 14% body fat range represents the point of maximal dynamic efficiency, optimizing the body for speed, agility, and rapid acceleration. This level is ideal for field athletes like sprinters, soccer players, and martial artists, where high power output per pound of body weight is required. This rare physical state also functions as a high-value biological signal, because achieving and maintaining a body fat percentage of 12% is statistically uncommon in the general population. This physique signals high discipline and resource control, the ability to consistently refuse immediate gratification in favor of a long-term goal. These are traits highly valued in social hierarchies, granting the individual an unstated status advantage through aesthetic signaling alone. A key advantage is enhanced neurological efficiency. Minimal body mass allows for better proprioception and motor control, resulting in faster reaction times and more precise execution of rapid, explosive movements. Low inertia also facilitates quick changes of direction and dynamic bursts of movement, providing an edge in sports such as fencing, wrestling, or survival scenarios involving pursuit and escape. Although caloric reserves are lower than in higher fat ranges, remaining fat is stored strategically, often intramuscularly, allowing rapid and effective energy mobilization during high-intensity efforts. This combination of speed, agility, and quick access energy provides a significant functional advantage for outperforming opponents or threats in situations requiring sustained explosive performance. 6 to 9% body fat. In the extremely low 6% to 9% body fat range, the primary functional advantage is maximizing muscle mass relative to body weight, providing a significant strength and power edge in weight class sports such as boxing, wrestling, and Olympic weightlifting. Additionally, extreme muscle definition and prominent vascularity offer a psychological advantage, serving as a visual deterrent that can affect an opponent's confidence before physical contact. Thermoregulatory efficiency reaches its peak. With minimal subcutaneous fat, the body rapidly dissipates heat generated during short bursts of maximal power, preventing overheating and maintaining performance in explosive efforts. Neurologically, the mild hypercatabolic state elevates stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol, granting a critical edge in split-second scenarios. This hormonal profile enhances alertness, speeds reaction capabilities, and primes the individual for immediate aggression, which is a powerful survival advantage in combat, though detrimental to long-term social interaction. While metabolically demanding and unsustainable over long periods, this state is optimized for high-intensity, short-duration performance, combining strength, speed, agility, and rapid recovery in competitive or survival situations. 5% body fat or less. At 5% body fat or lower, the body reaches its theoretical minimum mass for survival, retaining only the essential fats needed to protect internal organs and maintain neural function. This extreme leanness provides maximum muscle definition, making even the finest striations and prominent vascularity visible, a hallmark sought by bodybuilders and physique competitors to stand out on stage. Although this state is extremely risky and metabolically unsustainable over the long term, it represents the physiological peak for a body optimized for unburdened movement, maximal relative strength, and muscular definition, offering brief windows for extraordinary feats of agility and aesthetic performance in competition. Don't just watch the world, subscribe and understand it.